आप सबको बहुत बहुत मुबारक इस खुश दिन पे that the whole world originates from.
माशाल्लाह
एक one loud salawat.
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद.
And one loud special salawat for the Prophet's beloved daughter and light of his eyes.
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद.
Such eloquent shairi. I give my personal salams that preceded me. Thank you very much, each of the reciters. Very eloquent recitations. Really gave life to this jashan. Besides all of the angels that are present here.
MashaAllah.
For whenever there is a celebration of the Sayyid al-Nisa'il Alameen,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
the angels feel it's their obligation to be present.
MashaAllah.
We are here all congregated to celebrate and emphasize the birth of Hazarat Fatima A.S, the daughter of the Holy Prophet Muhammad
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
who was Rahmatul Alameen, the mercy to humankind, and Fatima was the Rahmat for him. She was also known by a few famous titles. She was also called, because she was so dear to her father, she was also called Abiha, the mother of her father. Because whenever the Prophet would see her entering, he would rise up out of his seat and he would embrace her and kiss her and invite her to sit where he was sitting. Only she had that privilege. She's also known as Sayyid al-Nisa'il Alameen, the leader of the women, not just of paradise, but of this world too. So if you want to follow her, that she is your example. In this dunya and in paradise, she is the leader of all of humanity. Furthermore, she was a person who was very, very dear to the Prophet, yet led a very simple life. Yet, on the contrary, she had the wealth of the world, of the universe with her. We can explain this in practical terms, that her mother was Bibi Khadija, who was the wealthiest woman of Arabia, and we can say one of the wealthiest women of the world of that time. And she spent all her wealth for Islam. Now, when she left, Hazrat Fatima was just a very small child when she left this world. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given Fatima the riches of the world. If we see that after the persecution of the Awlad Fatima, they were dispersed and they were sent to the far reaches of Arabia, which is today the Persian Gulf area, which is around Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Iraq, these areas, which in that time, the cruel caliphs thought, we'll just send these people to the desert and they'll just die off and it'll finish off there. And they viewed Islam as a caravan to acquire wealth. However, if we see today that 80% of the world's wealth and oil comes from that Persian Gulf region, that wealth is whose wealth? That wealth is the wealth of Fatima A.S. She is giving the world the wealth. The entire world is lit up. The motors, the factories, the cars and airplanes and everything else that uses oil in modern economic terms, economies of the world, are operating through her wealth. So the example that she gave, when someone would come to her house to beg, she would give her food, she would stay hungry. She owned the entire wealth, yet she gave away what was coming from beggars. We can see right now off the coast of Louisiana, this oil is just bubbling out of the ground. It's a major catastrophe. They're saying 1 million gallons a day is bubbling out. So much so, 1 million gallons a day. Can you imagine how much that is? Yet, it's having no effect on any production in the world. Everything is still running. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.